Welcome again to our YouTube channel. My name is Jane Nyambura of Godly Dating and Relationship Family. This is where Christ is the center. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe, like, share. Press the notification bell. Tell us what you think about our videos, what you'd like us to do more on the comment section. Today, our topic of discussion is sharing of responsibilities, especially when it comes to money matters. Our guest is Mr. and Mrs.JilloJamwaka, and our facilitator is Brother Collins. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much. Welcome. My name is Brother Collins, and our topic tonight is money matters, on the issue of money matters in a relationship or a marriage. And our guests are Mr. and Mrs. JilloJamwaka. Hope we will have a nice time as we share on this topic. Who should pay what? How should we share responsibility in a relationship or in a marriage? So kindly let's hear from JilloJamwaka.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us in this group. So we are really excited. We are approaching our 6th year. Senior baby. To go 6th year. Kama tuna approach our 6th.
Yes.
We're approaching our 6 years in marriage. We got married in the year 2015, January, the 3rd of January.
How do you share responsibility in terms of money before you got married and even now you are married?
Money matters. First of all, allow me to start by saying when we were dating, I was an intern in an office along Harambee Avenue. I was an intern there, and my baby was into business. So wacha niseme during that time Mbebe alikuwa sonko, yeye alikuwa kusema hallelujah, yeye alikuwa kusema. So most of the things that we used to do, even if it's a date, most of the dates that we used to go, honestly, she used to take care of most of the bills. Let me just say that for now.
What do you do when like your case, where the lady is the one who is financing, everything, like she's the one paying bills and maybe she's earning more than you?
So I actually do admit that there are some men who are a bit selfish and do not take responsibility. But for us, he used to put effort. Hata kama ni kidogo aje, he used to put a little bit of effort. And sometimes you overlook the money aspect if you see potential. If you see potential in someone, you can just forgo. And if you see he is responsible and he is putting effort.
Saa zingine kama mwanaume, sometimes as men we can be selfish, but I know if you are genuine and this is something that this is a relationship that you desire to see fruit, you desire to enjoy its fruits, there's a level of effort that you will put. In as much as it was good that you used to take care of the bills, at some point as a man I had to do something also, just to not to prove myself as a man, but also just to show that I am hata mi nampenda and I'm willing to sacrifice. I am willing to sacrifice for the sake of our relationship, for the sake of us having fun and enjoying each other's company. So I think that aspect also has to be there. We have to be both willing to sacrifice for each other, no matter how little. Now, and so as a man, when a lady pays all the bills, like your case, does it make you less of a man? As some say, I don't think it makes you less of a man. By the way, I think that is the place where one is tested as far as humility is concerned. Because there are some of us, our ego will not allow us to stoop, quote unquote, to stoop low like that. So because of that, we will even tend to avoid things like dates or picnics or hangout or anything or any other thing that will make us use money. In fact, those are the moments that we will want to hang out in our houses. We'll want to hang out in secluded places in the name that we are trying to save. that we don't have money. And usually when that happens, it is easy to mess. It is easy to mess. It is easy to compromise your testimony.
So many ladies normally says that if they're the one who are providing, maybe they are the one who are having higher income, then submission normally become a problem. How is it possible for you to still submit while having a higher income?
Love and respect gives automatic submission. Like if you feel loved and you feel respected, regardless of their status, kama ye ni millionaire ama kama ye ni pauper, you will still submit because of the love and the respect that you feel that that man is giving you.
During the dating period, normally people go to date out. How did you manage to actually, balance between places to go so that you minimize on your cost? Which places did you prefer to go to? How did you manage on finances during your dating, courting period?
If there's something that we really struggled with as when we were dating and during our courtship is seeing our friends going to big places and us not being able to do those two grand dates, those two big dates, because during the time that we were dating, most of our friends had gone ahead of us, either in terms of their careers. They had progressed and they were working at places where they were earning good salaries, and so they were able to do those to big and to grand dates. So one thing, something that we had to agree is that we are cutting our coat according to your size. So we had to agree, and that's why even during that season we used to do a lot of Uhuru Park, a lot of Central Park, and picnics where maybe would cook from akitoka kwao atapika mchele. By the way, our dates used to be interesting because kuna siku tumeenda picnic na tulienda na kunde na omena na ugali. I know some of us will be like, ew, seriously? By the way, and I remember that time was tulienda Arboretum. Alikuwa amepika ugali na kunde na sembe na omena. Then there was a time we also had githeri. Tulikutana Uhuru Park, hata naweza kumbuka hiyo place. Tulikutana Uhuru Park tukakula githeri hapo yani, and it was a great time, and such things, when we look back right now, we are really celebrating and enjoying, because right now we thank God that even those restaurants that we used to think that they were so grand, hakuna restaurant sahi hatujaingia.
Is it okay to disclose your income to your partner? Like many people say, oh, we cannot disclose the income. A man should not disclose an income to the woman. What is your take on this?
It's good to disclose your incomes for not only the man, even the lady, so that when you sit down and start budgeting, it will be easier, not only for the man but also for the lady to disclose the amount that they get.
Just on that note, my baby has the pin to my account. She has the pin to the cards that we use, the ATM cards that we have, to M-Pesa. As in, there's just that transparency, so that kama mmesota, hakuna inajulikana ati pengine huyu ako na pesa ya chama ameficha mahali. Kama tumesota inajulikana yenyewe, we don't have aiko, and it's and that gives us a lot of peace, and it makes it even easier to enjoy that place of trust, because immediately I start showing my baby that I cannot trust her with what I am getting, then it is also easier for her to start hiding things from me, and I don't think that is a good thing, because I believe marriage, we're supposed to be naked, both physically, emotionally, psychologically. When it comes to finances, everything about us should be plain as a paper. For example, I normally MC on the side. I normally do wedding MCing on the side. So every time I have a gig, my baby will know that this gig pays this much, and this is the amount that have been given as deposit, and this is the amount that is remaining. So the money that has come as deposit, we can decide this is how we are going to use it, and the money that is going, the balance that is coming, we can also budget, and we can also plan for that together as a family, so that atushtuani kidogo kidogo baby ametoka amerudi na flat screen TV, mi kidogo kidogo nimetoka nimerudi na hiyo cooperativo haiko. But I know there are those moments that as a lady you have to make your nails, you have to make your hair, you have to nini. There's a way that in a family it is easy to compromise on such things, but sasa isikue pia ikue ni kama every month wewe ni kununua tu unanunua tu unanunua tu unanunua tu unanunua tu unanunua tu. There's also a way that you can do it that is healthy, that is not hurting you as a couple, is not hurting your marriage, is not hurting your finances.
Wow, great. Is it advisable, for example, to co-invest while you are dating or courting? For example, just have a joint account and then maybe invest as two partners who are dating or courting.
It's good to start investing early if you guys are in the courtship phase. But if you're dating, you might want to hold on that because it's not firmed up. But if he is your fiance and your parents are in the loop and plans are underway, you can still do some investment. But when you're dating, no.
I agree with Mbebe concerning this, because I've heard and I've seen people who start dating and they start dating and they go even for things like joint accounts, and then things happen, it reaches a place where they have to separate. Now how do you start now dividing the money, or if there was an investment you have to dissolve you and start dividing, everyone getting his share. Most of the time it becomes kidogo ugly. So to avoid such things, just be patient and wait. You can even start saving on yourself. You can just start saving by yourself. If you're planning and you know this is the man of my dreams, or this is the woman of my dream, and you have not yet popped the question, or you have not done the introduction to you've not yet had an opportunity to introduce yourself to her family or to his family, you can just start saving on your own, start investing on your own. And then but at the same, just talk about it, be open, by the way, just be open about it and talk freely about it. And then when it comes to now courtship, then also be in agreement as you do it, because I know there are some of us who are very skeptical when it comes to some investments, or it's skeptical when it comes to bring resources together.
Thank you for that. Maybe there is a question whereby maybe you find out that a man is the sole provider to a family, or maybe in the case of ladies also. So how do you balance in terms of distributing money to both of your parents? How do you balance that?
This issue of finances can be very tricky. What I can suggest you do, budget. First of all, you budget. You budget how you're going to disburse the money from each of the sides, and then what you can do, whichever amount that has been given out for maybe the month or the half year or the year, that is it. You should occasionally maybe just give once or twice, but as you have agreed with each other. Then another thing also, you protect each other. You protect, like for me now, I protect Jillo from my side of the family, and he should protect me from his side of the family. That way, when maybe someone tries to come in between, there's a barrier of which at least you guys keep safe. You give each other a safe space.
This is the time you agree. Especially agreeing is very very important. Kubudget manze, it's very very important. Just as my baby has said, it is possible. I am the only one who can protect her from my side of the family, and she's the only one who can protect me from her side of the family. So we agree, if this month, we, let's say we are sending as 60 bob or 50 bob or say 1 million to our family members, to, let's say, our parents, we agree that this month, this is the amount that after we've budgeted, we budgeted for electricity, for gas, for food, for rent. After we've done all those things, because by the way, we have, kusema tu kweli, we put ourselves first, not in a bad way, because it won't make sense that maybe your parent is living large, and in your marriage you're struggling, you can't keep up with bills, you can't keep up with even that upkeep in the house. It's a challenge. So you put yourself first, you agree. After you say this is the amount that we're going to send, and mkishasema ni hii ndio pesa natumwa kwa kina mbebe, ama mbebe anasema hii ndio pesa tunatuma kwenu. Tukishakubaliana ni hiyo do, isikweti tumekubaliana and then one of us goes behind another person to send something a little extra, because if you do that, then it is easier even for now the, let's say, my family. If I do that behind my family, they will undermine my wife, they will not respect my wife. So it is important, because those are the ways that we also protect each other. That is the way that you protect your marriage and you protect your spouse.
What advice can you give to people, for example, ladies who think that they cannot get married to men who earn lower than them?
I think for us ladies tumewekewa too much pressure, ama sisi wenyewe tumejiwekea pressure. Tukisema you cannot marry someone who is earning less than you. What I can say is that money should not be the determining factor. What actually mtu anafaa kuwa worried about is that, is this man godly? Is he a Christian? Is he born again? What does he love the things of God? Then the others, yes, those things you'd like to have in a husband, but money, including money, but money should not be the primary factor. That hana gari, hana nyumba, hana nini. That money should not be a determining factor.
And also just to add on, that the man, at least as a man, wacha niongelesha wale wanaume mamboys wako hapa, it is important also, because having a vision is greater than you having someone who earns, let's say, who earns a lot of money but wako visionless, as in wanaishi tu. It is important also as a man kuwa na vision, kuwa na aspiration, desire something that is beyond you, something that is beyond your experience, something that is beyond where you come from. If you're coming from a place where at least people have degrees, a family where they have degrees, desire something greater than that, because I believe when we desire things that are greater than us, those are the things that attract, they attract even wealth, they attract even greatness. So saa zingine si pesa per se, because kama ingekuwa pesa, I think sahii ningekuwa niko single bado, ningekuwa niko single na naishi na my small bro mwenye alikuwa nalipa rent, unaona. So I think it's bigger than money, but I believe have vision.
Great. Maybe we can take this as a last question. Can you resign your job for the sake of your marriage?
You have to ask yourself, why are you resigning? And I believe it's something that you have to also sit down and discuss together as a couple and decide why are we doing this, and even if you are resigning, what is the next plan. Personally, for us, we do with the MCing gigs, we're still able to make ends meet. In as much as I'm not in a formal employment, but we were still able to make ends meet. So as you resign, it is important. But there are those moments that let's say this job is not allowing you to honor your marriage bed, because scripture talks. So I believe in the book of Hebrews chapter 13, marriage bed should be honored by everyone, and that God will judge the sexually immoral and the adulterer. I've just paraphrased it. I'll look for it and then post it here. So if you're resigning because this job is putting you at a compromising situation, because you're compromising your marriage vows, it's compromising the covenant that you have between you and your wife, or between you and your husband, I think those are grounds that you can say, you know what, it is better. Even scripture says it is better for one to enter heaven with one hand chopped off than uingie hell na mwili mzima. So in such scenarios, wewe unafaa kuchagua, because I believe right now we tuko kwa zile spaces that we can, so long as pesa inaingia, you can compromise anyway and anyhow. But I don't think that is supposed to be the case, and especially when you do it because you're honoring your marriage and you're honoring God in the process. God will honor you back. God will honor you for honoring him. So I don't think, if it's something that is making you to compromise on your values, compromise on what God expects of you, then I think it's not worth it.
Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. JilloJamwaka, for having you here. It's indeed been a great time together, just hearing about your story. Thank you for inspiring us on the matters of finance, and I do believe that to our dear listeners, you're able to at least get something that will help you when you're planning for marriage, dating, and even other issues in terms of finance. Thank you for now, and kindly please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. God bless you and do you good. Bye.